And good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Allen.
And I'm Cordell Wright. Andrea Anderson away from the desk tonight. 120
kids from Lutheran Social Services were out at the Sanford Sports Complex today, working with players from the Sioux Falls Storm for a football camp.
The camp is just one example of how the Storm gives back to the community, but now one of their own has been fighting a battle and needs the community's help. It's our top story tonight at 9.
The opportunity to come out and mentor and interact with the young kids.
Today's camp was nothing but smiles and joyful screams.
Oh, we did it!
These kids don't get to do this very often, so seeing the joy on their face, like, they might not even know what they're doing. They're just happy to be here.
For the Riggs family, the mood may change tomorrow as they prepare for a fundraiser for Afton, head coach Curtis Riggs' daughter.
She spent 2 months at Mayo. She spent a month at the KU Medical Center. She's now at the Sparrow Clinic out in Arkansas, and she'll be there for about 20 and a half weeks.
In 2020, as a senior in high school, Afton was diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome. CRPS is a rare condition that leads to a lot of pain for those enduring it.
You could see how it consumed her life and really took her away from all the opportunities that other kids be able to do, and she's tried more experimental things than I think about any kid has.
Offensive coordinator Peyton Riggs talked about the relationship he has with his sister.
She's a best friend that I never really recognized that I had, because we always would just bicker and fight, and I mean, I feel like every sibling does that, but she's also someone that I know I can talk to about anything, and she'll always support me.
Which is why seeing her in such great pain hasn't been easy.
Watching her struggle to walk, and her foot would just lock up all the time, and her toes, she couldn't straighten her foot, get her whole foot on the ground. That was pretty hard for me to watch just because I had been through injuries, and so for me, all I knew was you're injured, you rehab, you're better. And with hers, it never got better, it just kept progressively getting worse.
Talking with members of the Storm, a family dynamic is very prevalent.
I think you got a good spin move.
Which explains why people have stepped in to rally around one of their own, as Afton continues her path to recovery.
She just had her 5th surgery, and it's been a tough time. It's been difficult, but you find ways, and then things like this really help out.
Tomorrow, the Storm players will battle it out on the field against Green Bay as they sit on the playoff bubble. And the rest of the Storm family will help raise money for Afton as she continues her battle.
I've tried not to think about it so far just because for me, as offensive coordinator, it's a must-win game, so I've been more trying to think about the X's and O's, but I do know that I'm sure I'll get emotional before the game starts when they're talking about the fundraiser for her.
Tomorrow's game against the Blizzard is set to kick off at 7 o'clock. The fundraiser for Afton will include a 50-50 drawing, a silent auction, and a donation center. We'll have highlights from the game as well tomorrow on Dakota News Now.